Hello and welcome to American Truck Simulator with me, Kevin Sawyer. Hope you guys and girls are well and enjoying your day, wherever you're up to. Right, I've got this bad boy for you, which is the Ford Aeromax. It's literally just been updated. I played it on the previous version and then we had the update and it didn't work, and there's an updated version of this which now does work. Let's jump on in it and I'll fire it up and warm it up. Let's deplete some of the air
There are those who would like to see you
out of it, so you guys and girls can hear
That's not going to happen on
the chime.
Let's go.
Unfortunately, some of the pedals, some of the gauges don't work. If I go over to that one, you can see the air pressure doesn't actually work, which is a shame. I think the rest of them do actually work. Right, we're on low air now. I'll deplete a bit more out of it so the emergency kicks in, and then fire it up. That's inside sound. Don't actually get the chime, believe it or not. Don't hear the chime, the beeping noise. Previous version it did work, but for some reason this one doesn't work. Let's switch it off, and then I'll jump underneath the truck so you guys and girls can hear it from the outside. Let me just waddle over here. Oops. Get my mouse to stay where it is. That's it from the outside sound. Let's have and let's fire it back up and let's let it just build some pressure up, and we'll take a look around in the details of the outside of the truck, and I'll show you the details inside the truck if I can. I might have to do that in shop, and I'll go into the reason why in a sec. With details, I'm not sure. I've never seen one of these in real life, so I couldn't comment either way to tell you if this is realistic or not. It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look massively great, but it doesn't look too bad. It's got some details there. And back again, it's got the brake lights, they do work. You've got these little it's like steps here, which pull down and step up, and then we've got the airlines, which do look like they connect, which is good. We've got these little warning symbols here. Back up a bit. Yeah. Let me see my own number plate then. I saw something that looked like my number plate on here. Yeah, there it is. It's in the wrong place. I don't know what it's doing there. It should be down here. Hey ho. Oh, you got little Ford symbols just here as well. Nothing on the truck, on the rims. Let's do a quick step up top, and I'll show you where it is in the shop. Right, this is the boring bit for some people. Right, if in order to find it, you need to go to obviously truck purchase, I should say, truck dealers, and then you need to go to mod authorized dealer. In this version I'm using at the moment, so it doesn't seem to be some no logo here. Bit disappointing, and you can't sort of buy it directly from the shop. You have to buy it, then put it near to one of your garages, then use it. There is only one cab available, which is this big sleeper here. Disappointing, but it is what it is. There's only one chassis as well, which is a 6x4. Again, bit disappointing, but it is what it is. Engines, you have 4 to select from. They're all Cat engines. They all sound relatively similar. I don't think there's any changes in each one. You'd have to have a go for yourself and let me know. There's only one gearbox, 13 speed. One interior, I believe, yeah, which is this one. This is a better way of looking at this interior because, as I'll show you in a sec, when we get into the cab back of my truck, the interior looks a bit on the dark side. It even looks a bit dark in here, but you've got a bit more light. There is a shifter just down here. So it is a manual. It's a shame because it's a bit of a basic interior, but it is what it is. Colours, you've got very few to choose from. You can either have custom colour, custom metallic, I should say, metallic colour, and then this red here. That's all you got. It's almost like the old adage. You can have this Ford in any colour as long as it's black. Or as long as it's blue, which is a bit disappointing, but it is what it is. You can, I'll go into the dots, look, you can choose different options down here. Not very many options, but there are options there. Grills, there's 2 to choose from. You can either have it that, or you can have it as paint. Again, it's up to you. Doesn't look too bad in each one. There's no hood ornaments or nothing like that. But again, it's a shame. Wheel. Now this is where it gets a bit funny, because if you choose anything other than, there's no there's my modded ones, but I don't see the standard in-game ones. I just see all my modded versions. But if you put anything other than its own ones on it, it doesn't look kind of right. Even the blueprint ones, they work on it, not too bad, but then you'd have to put the rims on it. I don't see any sort of like the stock vanilla in-game ones here. I just see modded ones. But hang on, what's that? No, that's all just modded ones. So first for the, you can actually put different rims on it. You can actually put stock rims on there. Let me find the stock ones that are paintable, and then see if we can actually get a tyre to fit that. Now the wheels come up. When you change the wheel, you get the tyres options do come up then. But as you can see, this is something I fell upon. Look how weird it looks. And that wheel arch there, it looks like that tyre's way too small and that rim's way too small for this truck. That's just my personal opinion. It just looks a bit odd. So you're probably better off sticking with the actual Ford ones. For other customization abilities, you've got stuff in the windows here you can stick, but that's more of an inside thing. Then it's just one type of mirror. You can't change the light configuration on the top here, I don't believe. No, it is what it is, you're stuck with that. That's mirrors again. What's down here? That looks like this side skirt. Yeah, so you can either have it as plastic or you can have it as colour matching. Again, personal preference. You can either have beacons on or off. Up to you again. There's no options for the headache rack. You've just stuck with that one. Same problem with the back ones as the front ones. You have to sort of like, you can change them to the vortex ones, but then you have to obviously change the wheel and everything else. Where are the standard stock ones? Standard paint. Again, look how weird it looks. It looks like the truck's too big for the tyres. No options round the back. Like I said earlier, it's a bit like the old, and look, you get a bit of glitching down here as well. With the just spotted that. You have to change obviously the hub configuration to fit it, but it looks weird. I'd stick with the Ford ones. As I say, you can have any option as long as it's a Ford option. For the inside, you can actually change the steering wheel itself. I don't think it has any dramatic effect, and it doesn't look odd. It does actually fit, so you can actually have one, whatever one you like. There isn't, as for adjustable, you can't actually adjust the wheel height. I'll show you in a minute, but you can stick your odds and ends on. Interior options, you can got stuff you can put. It does work for the Cecil mods, so you can put stuff in. Same for there. Nothing in the back. For the danglies, you can put stuff in as well. It just, if you put something that looks a bit on the larger side, it just looks again a little bit weird, probably a bit too high up. Down here you've got the standard number plate, or if you go up this one, it's got the GPS options there. Nothing for the this over here, forget what they call them, the pass system, whatever it is. And that more or less concludes all the options you get. Again, very few, and that more or less concludes all the options you get with this truck, which is a bit disappointing. Maybe the modder will sort of like update that in a future version, but this is my personal opinion. You can't even change the lights. Anyway, let's jump back in it. I'll just get some air back in the system. Let's open the window so you guys and girls can hear it from the outside. Got a load on. I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete this because it's I'll show you the load. It's quite a long one. I don't think I'm going to be able to complete this, so I'll do a little bit and then we'll call it quits at that. But as you can see, I'm showing you the interior. The sun's on it now, so it's not too bad, but just watch as I drive out of the sun, and it's sort of like, just even with the sun on it, it just seems very dark interior. You can see the shut lines over there. It doesn't look particularly great. And when you've got this window shut, you've got a reflection off of everything reflects off it, which is a bit weird. I'll show you that in a bit. And emergency brake's now off, so it's a shame about the gauge, the pressure gauge not working. My sim dash one is working, telling me I've got 74 psi. Let's release those brakes. Let's get it on this way. I've got it in manual today. As for floating, it's a bit hit and miss. It will float, you just have to sort of like work out the kinks.
Turn left.
Ooh, where did you come from, dude?
Turn right.
Oops. Just crashed into that car. There's a reason I'm driving a bit like this with this thing. It feels a bit like a big limousine or a bus. So you kind of have to take the corners a bit extra wide with it. Brake on. And again, the steering isn't the greatest on this. I feel it's kind of locked out to a certain degree. You're at full lock, and it's just like this doesn't seem to be turning that much more, which is a bit of a disappointment again. And that's what I mean. It feels a bit like a stretched limousine drive. You can get it to float. Just have to
1 mile. Turn left.
just get the rev range bang on.
Turn left.
Jake works alright. It prefers you take granny steps with it rather than full on leaps. You have to engage the clutch to get a full on leap. I'm sneaky beyond this dude. Mirrors, as you can see, ain't the greatest thing to look out of. You have to sort of like really look hard to get any real detail out of them. It's almost like looking through a letterbox. You've kind of got a kind of goldfish look to it when you actually look at it. Goldfish bottom look.
Continue straight.
Sounds nice. I think I've heard this sound once before. I think they borrowed it off another truck. It does sound nice. Don't pull in front of me. And it does, once you get it going, it goes like a train, but you need to get the rev range up quite high. Let me shut that window so you guys can hear me over the sound of the engine. Yeah, you need to get the rev range quite high on it. If you don't, it'll just bog down and you'll be like struggling to get any real speed out of it. But once you do wind it up, it does go. Handling wise, it feels like a big blancmange. See, as I do that, I'm going a bit nuts, but I'm not really jerking it real badly. I'm just sort of like gently moving from right to left, and see how it rolls. And okay, I've not got the ideal load on the back of this, but even with another trailer, I found it was doing this, and it rolls like a big blancmange, and then it takes a while for it to settle back down again. Which gives me the feeling this is a very big truck. Probably too big to be carrying this sort of trailer, really. I haven't tipped it yet. I say yet. I haven't really tried to tip it. But I can imagine it probably, with the amount of roll that this has got on it, it's probably quite tippable. I could adjust the suspension settings to make it a bit more stiffer, then it would be less realistic. This is realistic settings as I've got on my truck. New trucks. Can you see the reflections there? See them reflecting back? Kind of. You can learn to live with it, but if you once you see it, you can't unsee it. If you know what I mean. Take some different shots in a sec. You can try and get outside the truck. Horn.
Continue straight.
Doesn't have a horn. Doesn't have an air horn anyway. Does it have a normal horn? So So it's the standard in-game horn, it's not air horn. By default, my steering wheel set for the air horn option, so it's the standard in-game horn is the air horn. Once you kind of get used to it, it's not too bad to drive. It's just that you have to try and think of it as like driving a large cathedral on wheels. That's how it feels to me, or a large blancmange. Some people might not like that, but some people might actually prefer it as a bit of a challenge. I'd say give it a go. Would I add it to my fleet? No, because it's a mod truck, and that's the only reason why. Mod trucks in the past, once they change, you get into all sorts of problems with your drivers. Trucks, yeah, you go to try and change it out, it crashes the game, etc, 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 all that good stuff. Would I drive it again? Probably yes. Would I drive it all the time? No. I'd drive it as an odd occasional run, but not all the time. I think it's just a bit too bland, and it has all these potential issues with it. I need to find a good gear here. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm not slating what the modder's done with it. You know, it's a working truck. I've seen a lot worse. I've seen a lot better for free mods, but I've seen a lot worse as well, and it is what it is. It is a free mod at the end of the day, so you know, if it was a paid mod, I would be furious at the sort of quality of this, but being a free mod, again, you get what you're given, you know, it's for free, so you have to sort of like take the rough with the smooth of it. Of course, I will leave links down below if I haven't mentioned that already, to this mod, so you guys and girls can have a go on it for yourself, have a play with it for yourself, and then you can decide for yourself if you prefer to drive it again. Get in there. Game updated, reset me back in Tuscan again, and I just bought this truck anyway, so it wasn't the biggest of Tucson, I should say. So it wasn't the biggest of problems for me. It's just really good. I know they've been updating a lot of this scenery, so a bit more varied. So it does look a bit different to me. I just can't remember being down this road. Got a way scale, or have we? No, we've got a way scale. Don't pull out in front of me. Don't pull out in front of me. Don't brake check me either.
That was the longest night of my life.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Continue straight.
Ooh, a bit too premature changing down that. Pull up to the scales, literally find if I've damaged it. Oh, the truck's not in perfect condition. Brake on. Let them do the wage scale thing. Okay. I'm off then. They normally say, oh, the truck's not in perfect condition, but we'll let you go. Come on, get into gear. We'll get out of here with you, I guess. I don't know where that road came from. A train. Cool. So I'm going to smash my head through the window. Ooh, stop. Drive a bit further forward. Someone mentioned this to me. I don't drive further enough forward along here. If I drive towards this slip road, they tend to start a bit like that. They're alright, okay. Thank you for mentioning that to me. They tend to stop then. Prefers to be in a higher rev range. Once you get it up in the higher rev range, it will happily start pulling along like a train. You have to have it up there to start pulling, otherwise you're just gonna bog down like I said earlier. Thimble, and then I'll leave it at that. Once you get it sort of up into the higher range, it's fine. Shot in. Ooh, he's gonna brake check me. Try and get this shot in. Should do. Photo mode. Photo mode. Which side's the light on? I guess this side. Just have a look at the other side just quickly, see if it's any better. No, the sun's sort of flaring upside out, so I'd say this side then. I'll get over that railing if I can. Focus in position. Reduce the blast a bit. Chunk. It's gonna brake check me. Well done, van. Well done. Well, I think I'll leave it at that as an episode. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed it. If you did, again, feel free to smash the like button. If you didn't enjoy it for any reason at all, please feel free to smash the dislike button. Leave comments down below either way so they know where and I can improve in the future. And if you know anyone else that may also enjoy watching this, guys and girls, please feel free to share. It helps me out a lot. And I don't mind you sharing. And if you're new to my channel and see future episodes of this or anything else I'm working on, please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're aware as soon as I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ta for now.